blends me all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready?
Mike 5-4. Who that? Who that?
Great.
54.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Thomas has got it. Complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Watch the run. Out.
Hey!
45's the mic. Here we go. Here we go. 45. Mike.
8.
He can't hang.
Express.
He's not gonna get me. Switch.
And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check.
Hey!
24. Check 24.
Express.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Leaping, and he makes the grab. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
A terrific return, 30 yards all in all. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Wait.
Check three.
Easy. Wait, 5-0. Deuce.
Jameis to throw it. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Come on, QB, come on.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Switch, switch, switch.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Mike 54. Mike 50. You. No.
Great.
Right there. 54, right there.
Newton now to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Undercrunch. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5-0.
Following the interception, Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Ready. Blue ready.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. And that QB's trash. Let's go. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
30.
Mike. 59.
for Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
First down, Winston. Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna...
Newton to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
3rd and long, it's Newton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, right to the 3.
It's just me and you.
Gun.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton.
Big stop,
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Levante David. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Winston now to throw on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On the counter, here's Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw, Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Gun.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mike, 54. It's a party now. It's a party
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
20.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Open man is Samuel, complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Newton now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Check Mike, 54.
Newton throwing again. And that's complete to McCaffrey. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
I'm going back to you.
49, check 49, check 49.
Greg.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check Delta. 54.
Throwing again is Newton. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but now it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. On the ball.
Again, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
What is it?
Check 45 to Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Take 4. Take
Great, great.
Slam.
He's coming.
We got double.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and goal from the 1.
Great.
45 to Mike. Let him know.
20.
Check.
A toss here to Scarlett. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jordan Scarlett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know you felt that one.
The scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march up another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Kill.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. And some room to work. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Newton on first down. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Now Newton on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
I got it. Shoot. Hey! Great.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Here we go. Check.
20.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Levante David, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gun.
Mike 54. Mike
8.
Check safety.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
I got it. SOS.
2nd and 10. Newton again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Yeah, he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Wait.
Here's Jones. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Check. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Check right 54. Right 54. Coming, baby.
They'll go again to Jones. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Again, it's Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From the 41, Winston. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Ready. Blue ready. Mike 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Let's go.
A first down throw for Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second. Down.
It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
That's a run. They're running it. Joker. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
They'll run it with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
20.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And the ball is knocked out.
Right there. 54 Mike. Yeah. Kill. Gun. Hey, turn it up. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Shift. Gun.
They fake the give. Newton eluding the pressure right. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Chad Thomas bringing the power on the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shit. Great. Mike 5-4. Rotate. Spell. Watch the boot. Watch out.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing is Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
54 is Mike. 54. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. What we got? What we got? What we got? Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
On first down, it's Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
You got tape. You got tape.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Levante David in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Express. You're all mine. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Express. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Newton now to throw. This one caught by Davis. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
Right there to 3. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They turn to Scarlett again, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third and goal.
Watch twins. Watch twins. 8. Mike, 45. 8. Bang, 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 bang. 20. Check 37. Kill. 8.
They'll run it with Scarlett. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Off the play fake. Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 41 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. This is Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll go down at the 28.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
54, Mike, 54. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the timing. Check the backer, check the backer.
Jameis now on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Winston. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Eight. Even.
From the 25 on second down. Newton, throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Express! We got this. Mike's 54.
On first down, Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Jones, and he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Gay is up and good. An update now, they've gone final in Jacksonville. The Jaguars able to come away with a victory there. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. From the gun, here's Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Scarlett. And a short gain down to about the 33. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we